all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. Subscribe and hit the bell icon right now. So, it's after Christmas Day. Have you given up on the rest of this year? If so, I'm here to tell you why you shouldn't do. So, first of all, happy Christmas time if you're still celebrating, because I know some of you, like me, will still be celebrating, as in Christmas cheer, still in the festivities, still enjoying Christmas, still playing Christmas music, still going to be watching Christmas movies, still going to be enjoying time with family. So it's really important that we know that Christmas is not over for everyone just when Christmas Day ends. And I think that's such an important thing, right? Because we can never get back time. We can't claim back the time that's already gone. And so I see a lot of people, once Christmas Day is not even over, they're already posting about the new year, next year, thinking about the next year. Now, I'm not saying not to think about the next year. It's still important, but it's important to embrace the here and now and the present moment. I personally don't do meditation as such. I do listen to positive affirmations and mindfulness, which I'm not so into because I have mental health challenges, which sometimes makes focusing on the present moment difficult if you're in emotional pain. It doesn't always work, right? But mindfulness is all about appreciating the moment, appreciating where we are right now without thinking too deep about the past or too deep about the future. And I think this is very important because we're still here at the moment, we're still alive, and this is something to be cherished. There are some people right now that are not here anymore, loved ones, people we wished were still here, and some people that might not be here next year. So it's very important to appreciate every moment we have in this precious life. And if we're too busy focused on the next year without fully appreciating this one, then we're kind of missing out. We're missing something, right? We're missing those days. Just because Christmas Day is now over doesn't mean to say Christmas time is over, and we shouldn't be appreciating the rest of December 2025. There's such a hoo-ha, such a big deal made about the one Christmas Day, but what about all the other Christmassy days after that, not just before it? Right? So we must appreciate every day because we never know when our last day is going to be. We are fortunate enough to still be here. And if we're wishing our days away, thinking, oh, let's get to the next year, then we're not really fully present and appreciating the moment. Now, I've had the majority of this year being very traumatic for me. I could just think, I really want rid of this year. It's no good. And I'm happy to move on. However, if you didn't already know, I have been awarded second runner-up for Speaker of the Year with Women's Business Awards. That was on the 3rd of December this month. So for me, that's absolutely incredible. It doesn't take away the pain and the trauma that I've had throughout the rest of the year, but it does make up for some of the injustices I feel I've faced this year, if you like. And I'm not saying that my life's perfect. It's far from it. You know, I've still got 3 broken bones in my spine. I'm still on the waiting list to see physio at pain management team. I have a doctor who's meant to be finally explaining my MRI results to me next year, but he has confirmed the X-ray last year with 2 broken bones was wrong, and it's actually 3 broken bones in my spine. So it's still an ongoing battle to try and recover from that, but I've had it for like well over a year, since April 2024, 28th of April 2024. We're now in December 2025, and I've still got 3 broken bones in my spine. You're meant to be recovered from that to a certain extent. Like, they're meant to be healing, but the bones don't seem to be healing. But I'll know more when the doctor eventually speaks to me about it. But what I just wanted to say was, you know, I haven't had an easy life this year, as I'm sure many of you haven't. There's been a lot of struggles with people, a lot of disarray in the world, and you know, it's just hard. Hello. Nice to see you in chat. So it's been a hard year for a lot of people, and I can understand why some people just want to move on and kind of forget this year. But it's important we still cherish every moment of our life, even if we had a lot of difficult times in this year. You know, I've had to let people go who I thought were my friends and turned out not to be the people I thought they were for years. And that's been really difficult. So I don't currently have any in-person friends. There's acquaintances that I meet at places, but I don't actually have any in-person friends, through a choice for me of my own accord to leave people that were not in alignment with my values, such as honesty and integrity and open communication, things like this, right? So it doesn't mean to say these are bad people for everyone else, but our values aren't aligned. I really value honesty and integrity and honesty throughout everything. So that's the way I like to live my life. And I think when you are coming into a new year, it's very especially important to assess the people you're around, the environments you're in. It's important to assess and reflect on your life. But we can focus so much on the negative, like everything that's gone wrong in 2025. You know, I do it myself. I'm like, I broke my bones. I had no hot water at the beginning of the year, no gas at the beginning of the year. I had Universal Credit who cocked up my self-employment. I had to, submit 4 years worth of self-employment. Then I lost my PIP for 5 months. Then friendships had to end. I had to walk away from, friendships that were no longer healthy for me and they weren't who I thought they were. Those people, and also even my therapist I had to walk away from, who was echoing patterns of behavior I was trying to heal from. So I've had a lot of loss this year, and also I haven't recovered from my spinal injury. I find out I've got more broken bones. So all of that is a lot of trauma. It's more trauma than I'd ever wish on anyone. I don't think anyone should have to go through that amount of trauma, in a year. Because obviously when you lose friends, it's a grieving process. When you lose the ability to have flexibility in your spine and be able to go on theme parks like I used to be able to do and dance whenever I wanted to at clubs or whatever, when I lose that ability, that is difficult, right? But I'm still here, I'm still present, I'm still showing up. And that's important because it's not the tough times that makes life easy for us. It's the tough times that shows us how resilient and strong we are. And it's the tough times that we can look back on and say, hey, I got through all those tough times. So it means I can get through the new tough times that are going to be ahead. Because there are going to be tough times ahead. But there's also a lot of joyous moments. And that's why I want you to pay particularly attention to this month, December. I don't want you to pass it by and think, oh, right, Christmas is over, I'll get on to the next year. I want you to take the time to appreciate every single day that's yet to come. There's the last days in December. That's what I'm trying to say. I want you to savor them. I want you to appreciate them, because we'll never get this time back ever again. And there's still days to play for. There's still places we can go between now and the new year. There's still things we can do for ourselves. We can self-date, which is so important. If you've never heard of the term self-dating before, self-dating is when you intentionally set dates with yourself and go and do something you wouldn't usually do. Like, instead of just like, you might be in sitting, it's like, oh, I got to grab a sandwich because I'm really hungry and I need one right now. That's not a self-date, because that's like a necessity, right? A self-date is when you go and do something on purpose, which isn't a necessity. It's like a gift to yourself. It's like a luxury or something that makes you happy and brings you joy, but not something you do in your every single day life, right? And not something you have to do or need to do, but something you need to do for your own mental health and well-being, and to be kind to yourself, compassionate, and breed all these things. Hello. So it's not something you need to do as in you can't live without it, but it's something you need to do as in will make you feel better about yourself. So do you know Stray Kids? No, I don't. But thanks for asking. So it's important to savor every moment that's left of December. Don't be too keen to push forward and like, let's 2026 come. We don't know what 2026 is going to bring. We really don't. And we should be appreciating the here and now. And please, please start getting to the habit of self-dating. Do you like K-pop? Yes, I did a movie review on the K-pop film. So you can go and check that out if you search my channel. So yeah, I like their K-pop song. So it's a really good song. I sang a tiny little bit before on the channel and shorts videos. But I've also got loads of footage to post from this year, like in Christmas time in December, from London, from my trip to London when I won second runner-up for Speaker of the Year. So when I was at the Women's Business Awards, that's the first day I went there, 3rd of December. And then 4th and the 5th of December, I was also doing different things in London. Now, I've uploaded some of those videos, but I haven't uploaded all of them yet. So I've still got more videos to upload from the Greatest Showman Circus Spectacular, which is absolutely incredible. I'm trying to create a playlist for you of those. I've already put some videos up there. It's a Stay Alive circus show, but it's all the Greatest Showman hits. If you've seen the movie The Greatest Showman, it's absolutely incredible. It's on Disney Plus now, if you've got Disney Plus. And they play all the songs, but they have a whole storyline. It got a little bit chaotic at the end. I was getting a bit confused with the storyline they created, because they've changed the story a little bit. So I got a bit confused by the chaos at the end. But other than that, it's a really good show. The person who played, the showman, he was an incredibly amazing actor. He's quite well known, I think. So that's to come. And someone's asking me in chat which song. I like Soda Pop is my favorite song from the K-pop. There's another one as well, but I can't remember the title of it. I like Daddy Yankee's my favorite music in male artist, and I like Kylie as a female artist, but Daddy Yankee's the one I listen to the most out of all music. Usually I love Daddy Yankee, so he's amazing. He makes me happy when I listen to his music. It's really good. So he's like the king of reggaeton. I like a lot of dance music, Latin music, that type of stuff. Reggaeton's really, really amazing. So I like DJ mixes on YouTube. I hope that's answered your question. I do like Christmas music as well. I'm still uploading videos with Christmas music behind them, you might have known. So All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. I really like that one. Shaking Stevens' Merry Christmas Everyone is probably my ultimate favourite Christmas song, because I just really like that, I like Kylie's new #1 song, Xmas, as well. That's really good. So yeah, I like a lot of dance, reggaeton, some pop music, Latin music, all this type of stuff. So like a lot of foreign music. But yeah, Soda Pop's really good. I love Soda Pop song. I hope that's answered your question. So yeah, it's very important that when we're in December, we're still appreciating this festive season. We're still taking time for ourselves as well, for self-care, because obviously it can get quite busy with all the festivities going on with family and stuff. So make sure you're practicing self-care. Take some time for you, and that gives your family some of their own time as well. And what does that look like? Well, I'm in here now talking to you while my parents are downstairs enjoying some television that they like. So that's kind of a balanced thing. They get some their time doing what they want, and I'm up here with you. So this is in my bedroom at my parents' house. I'm still staying at over Christmas, and they gave me these Christmas pajamas. Like, I really love it so much. It's so cool. I love wearing them. They're very warm as well. So so with self-dating, going back to that, because I was talking about self-dating is very intentional. So usually I would go to the cinema once a week as an intentional thing to do, even if I'm not feeling like it, even if I'm really tired, even if I've barely had any sleep, I will still get up and go and do that for myself, because this builds self-trust. It promotes healthy self-esteem. It promotes compassion within yourself, and it really cements a relationship with yourself. And this really matters, because you need to matter to yourself in order to help yourself to thrive in this life. Because it's good to connect with other people, but it's also good to have a degree of self-reliance, self-trust, and also self-worth. Because if we rely on all our emotions for external validation by other people, it means we're like losing some of our personal power, because not everyone's going to validate us all the time. Not everyone's going to be nice to us all the time. So it's really important to be able to lift yourself up and do things that make you feel happy and that make you feel really good about yourself. So that's why I self-date. I purposely like wear clothes that I love usually, and I make sure that I attend the cinema regularly. Like I said, usually once a week, unless I've got something major on or doing something different. And, just sometimes I won't even go necessarily on a Sunday if I have got something on, but I'll go a different day in the week to make it up to myself. So it's very much like if you were dating someone, like if you're in a relationship with someone, you're basically in the relationship with yourself all the time. And this is a way of enhancing and empowering that relationship with yourself and making yourself feel that extra bit special. You are cute. Thank you. I'm trying to nature fan. I think that's nature fan 101. That's very kind of you. So it's important that with the self-dating, it's a very intentional thing. You set the date in your diary or you set it mentally for yourself and you make sure you show up. Right? Think of this as if you're going on a date with your favorite person, favorite pet, if you want. If you're not into people, you're into pets, whatever you're into. You know what I mean? Like if like you think of your favorite thing. I know some people prefer animals to humans, that's why I'm saying that. But if we're talking about going on a date with a person, right, you usually show up as your best self. You want to look good. You want to show up on time. You want to be respectful of them. You want to value them. You want to appreciate them. And you want to go somewhere that makes you feel good and joyous and you just share that moment with each other, right? So this self-dating is very much the same as that, but instead of sharing those things with someone else, you're sharing them with yourself. And you're dressing up for yourself. You're setting an intentional time aside for yourself because you're saying, I'm worth it, right? You might have noticed this year I played all out at Christmas time. Like I've made sure I go and see as much stuff at Christmas as I possibly can. I've still got some videos to upload, like I said, from London that you haven't even seen yet when I was there at the beginning of December, because this year I wanted to make sure that I cherished every moment of Christmas for me, especially as two of my friends that are no longer my friends now, like, well, not in the capacity they were, like one former best friend, they're no longer my friend anymore. A good friend, I've had to like say we can't be good friends anymore because it's just different values. That's not healthy for me to be around anymore because it's not in alignment with my values of being honest and having integrity. So I wish them well and that's it. But you know what I mean, I am not interested particularly with the first person. The second person I still have a connection with still, but not in the close sense anymore. So hi, I love you, Sandra. Oh, hello Kitty, love you too. Yeah, so thank you so much. So it's important that we do honor our own values. Other people's values can be different to yours. It doesn't mean to say they're necessarily a really bad person, but it does mean to say that you can't be around people who are so different to your own values and out of sync with what you want, because it causes disharmony between you and that person. It's not healthy for either of you. I love your videos so much. Oh, thank you. Do you like all of them, or is there particular ones that your favorite? I'd love to know in the comments. I appreciate you being here. And so so it's very important that when you're moving forward in your life, you surround yourself with people who have similar values to you in terms of honesty, integrity, self-respect, self-worth. I used to think if someone was down on themselves and saying they're a bad person, that that they're just like self-loathing, and that it's that I kind of wanted to like help them. And I've been a helper all my life in that way, but I realized that that's not to my advantage anymore. That's actually to my disadvantage. I'm still on this channel helping you, right? But I realize in close personal relationships, it's actually not a good thing, because what can happen is you give them the help, and then instead of them staying and being grateful and seeing what you did, they can end up taking you for granted. And, it's not a good thing in some circumstances. And also, someone says they're a bad person, sometimes they really are, that they're not good. And so rather than me saying, oh, but, you're just me thinking that person's just self-depreciating and not feeling good about themselves, sometimes we have to really pay attention. If someone says they're not good, then we have to take them at face value. I've learned that in the last year particularly. Someone says they're not good, I'm not going to try and help them. It's up to them to change in their own life when they feel like it. Hello Kitty, I love all your vids. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the hearts. Lots of love to you. Yeah, so I think it's important that when someone says they're a bad person, whether they are or they're not, right? We need to take them at face value. I never used to do this. You know, I used to always think I needed to help people because I've learnt so many skills in my life that I felt like I needed to share what would help them, and I see them in pain and upset and I want to help, especially as I used to be a lot like that in my past particularly. But I realize now that sometimes it's not always to our own well-being. Sometimes we kind of like end up helping others, and in the end it sacrifices our own happiness and our own welfare and well-being. And so we have to protect our own hearts. And I think sometimes in the past maybe I haven't protected my own heart enough. I've been too busy focused on helping others and not enough focused on me. So if someone comes along in my life and says, oh, I'm a bad person, I'm just going to say, okay, well, you know, come back to me if you're a good person, when you're a good person. You know, I accept that about you and I wish you well and I hope you solve any difficulties in your life. I'm not going to hang around anymore because that's not my job. And if you've been a people pleaser a lot in your life and you're used to like serving someone, you know, in your past history and stuff, it can make you be this type of person when you want to help someone, save someone, but actually it's not healthy really for you or the other person in a way. And it can work out to their advantage. They can change. You can help them loads, but usually there's a saying which is they are something like they bite the hand that feeds them, meaning that sometimes you can help someone so much, but in the end it's like they're cutting off or biting the, not literally, but they're not being good to the person who actually helped them. Instead of remembering where they came from and valuing the person or people that's helped them, they turn the back on those, or they become more superior and they change for the worst. Hello Kitty, sorry, I'm trying to go between chat and giving help as well. Did you have a good Christmas? I hope you did. Well, I'm still at my parents for Christmas at the moment. There was only one present I didn't like, so everything else was good, present wise, and I'm still at my parents. So me and my parents are very different. So they like their quiet time and their time on their own. So they're downstairs at the moment and I'm up here in my bedroom. So we kind of get time to ourselves, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's nice to you know, spend some time with my parents because I hadn't seen them in person for like 6 months. So you know, I've phoned them up sometimes, but not actually seen them in person. But my parents can't visit me because my dad's health is not up to climbing up the stairs. So if I do a visit, it's usually me visiting them. You love Christmas. I love Christmas too. I love Christmas so much. I'm still in the Christmas spirit now. You might have noticed. That's what I'm talking about in this video. But I'm also saying about, you know, it's a good time to assess and reflect on your life as well before the new year. And, you know, what I've learned is in this year is, you know, like if someone's like feeling like they're not a good person, that's not up to me to save them or help them. It's up to them to save or help themselves in that way, you know, because otherwise it ends up not being good for me in the end, you know. Sometimes we've all got our own journey to go on, and you know, sometimes we have to do it separately. But you know, so hello, hi Susan. I don't know who Susan is. I'm not Susan, I'm Sandra. So I don't know who you're saying hello to, Susan. I don't know if there's a Susan in chat. But yeah, so Hello Kitty actually asked me well, my name's Sandra. It does actually say in my description, but if you haven't read my description, you probably wouldn't know that. So yeah, close. Yes, I do get called Sarah a lot as well. For some reason, a lot of people think I'm a Sarah. I'm like, I'm actually a Sandra, but thanks. It begins with S. So yeah. But I'm glad you like Christmas, Hello Kitty, because that's like what I was saying. It's important to cherish all these days after Christmas. I see a lot of posts coming on already out going, "Oh, Happy New Year," and looking forward to the new year and what you doing in the new year. I'm like, hang on a minute, I still am in this year. I'm still in 2025, right? We have a massive build up to Christmas, don't we? We have all this build up, and with Christmas decorations, Christmas presents, rushing around seeing family, friends, if we have friends, rushing around, like doing Christmas festivities and everything. And then the big day comes, and I see people posting, going, "Oh, Christmas is over now. The New Year's coming." It's like, hang on a minute, Christmas is not over. My tinsel's still up, my decorations still up, lights are still up. My parents, I'm still enjoying Christmas. There's still things going on. Even in my city, there's Winter Wonderland still happening in my city, which I recorded live when I went round it on Christmas Eve. But that's still on for a couple more days. Winter Wonderland in Exeter in the UK. So there's still Christmas stuff going on even now. Last year, I went to a Christmas thing after Christmas in January. There was a Christmas activity on it, like an experience in London, but I don't think they've had it this year, called Wishmas. And it went on for December 2023, right in about the 9th, I think it was, of January 2024. And I went to see it, I think it was on the 4th of January, 4th or 5th of January, something like that, 2024. So I went after Christmas. So there's still things going on. So appreciate you took it in fun, Sandra. Much love from the Scottish neighbours. Oh, hello, Scottish neighbours. Yeah, I'm in the UK. Carly said hi. Hello, Carly. So yeah. So we've currently got Hello Kitty, your uncle in chat, Carly Dent in chat, and I know there's been some other people, Lewin. It's kind of, I'm trying to like talk as well as look at chat at the same time. It's kind of hard. But we must appreciate all these extra days, that we get after Christmas, because we have to know that some people are not well and may not even make next Christmas. I've recently had an online business associate friend, if you like, and she's just been diagnosed with something that's can be fatal. She's got to have an operation, and only that will decide her fate, I guess. So you know what I mean? It's really difficult. So I think when I see people rushing to kind of finish the new year and get into the new one, I feel like, hang on a minute, we're still alive, right? We're still here right now, and our loved ones are still here, if they are. The loved ones that are here at the moment are still here. They might not be in the future. So we should be cherishing all these days. We shouldn't be pushing on to the next year. I could easily push on to the next year in the sense of the majority of this year's not been good for me, right? But we don't know if next year's going to be better or worse. Hopefully not worse, right? Hopefully it's going to be much better. But at the end of the day, we're still here, right? In this moment. So we need to play all on out. Full on out, enjoy this time. Enjoy the lights. Enjoy the sparkle. Enjoy the tinsel. Enjoy the treats, the yummy foods and all that lot while we're still here, right? And if you have missed some festivities that are still going on, go to them, go and enjoy them, lap up all this Christmassy energy. You don't have to be like really religious to celebrate Christmas. I'm not strictly religious, I'm more spiritual than religious, but I love all the festivities. I love all the the buzz, the tinsel, the sparkle, the excitement. And it's up to us to keep this sparkle and excitement alive in us and within our lives. And it's up to us to appreciate our life still, and for us to push forward in a positive direction, and for us to understand what good things happen this year. Let's look at those. Let's look at our resilience for still being here. Let's look at how we showed up for ourselves, and how we still showed up even though we had difficult times, because I'm sure you've all had difficult times this year. It's been a rocky year for a lot of people, right? But we're here celebrating that we're alive. We're here celebrating that some of us still have loved ones. Some of us still have family and friends, and we're here because we're celebrating our own life. Our own life here is a celebration. Even if we've had some really tough, stressful, traumatic times, we're still here. We're still showing up. We're still in life. And that is something to be celebrated and thankful for. So rather than keep pushing on to the next year, let's just take a moment. Let's just take a moment and let's really feel the present moment. Feel that energy, feel that excitement, feel that a buzz for being in life, right? That we're still here, we're still showing up. You could do anything in these last few days. You could go and take a walk, you could go and see someone you've never seen for years, you could go to do an activity at a place that's actually open, you could go and have a meal with yourself, you could go and go on a train trip, you could do whatever you want. These days are still to play for. A lot of places are just shut, like New Year's Day in the UK. Most other places are open. So you can still be lapping up all this Christmassy energy and excitement and buzz, and you can still be thinking, wow, look at what gifts I got, if you've got gifts. Thinking, wow, this is great. Like, look at the gifts I got, feeling appreciative of the gifts. One thing I got is these pajamas, which I absolutely love. I've got Ace playing cards as well. Ace is the nickname for asexual. I'm asexual, by the way, if you didn't know. That's why this channel's called Asexualise, my asexual life, because I talk about my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. And asexuality is a sexual orientation that's based on the lack of sexual attraction. And I discovered I'm asexual in 2014. And I've been doing videos on this channel for over a decade now. So yeah, you'll notice I don't just talk about asexuality. I talk about lots of other aspects of my asexual life. The weightlifting, the various activities I go and do, the Christmas places I go to, like the Exeter Christmas market when it was on, Winter Wonderland, which I've just mentioned. I still got videos to upload from when I was in London. And I did a short video on London Zoo earlier. That was really nice to go there at Christmas time with the lights lit up and stuff like that. So Christmas time is a beautiful time, I think. And I know it's not for everyone. I know some people don't like Christmas. It makes them quite sad. So I do appreciate that. But I would like you to celebrate your life still and what you've achieved this year, because that's important. It's important to take stock of everything we've achieved this year. And for those of you who weren't aware, I have won second runner-up for Speaker of the Year for Women's Business Awards, and I was in a category of 19 other people, so there was 20 of us in total. That was really high competition. So to get second runner-up for Speaker of the Year, I feel absolutely blessed. And if any of you here voted for me, I want to say thank you so much. But I also want to say thank you so much for just turning up here, for viewing my channel, for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you part of my subscriber family. Doesn't cost you anything, but it does help the YouTube algorithm to get more views on my channel, which helps to raise awareness of what I do. I cover dating, relationships, confidence, self-love, self-care. They're sort of like my 5 main topics I cover on this channel, especially in videos like this, the live streams. And then I show you those types of things in my daily life vlogs, such as self-dating. I go on a lot of self-dates. As I mentioned, self-dating is so important. I'd love you all to start doing that for the new year, because it builds trust with yourself. It builds self-compassion, self-esteem, self-love. And it really helps to just give yourself a bit of breathing space from life, to say this is a little time for myself each week, and cherish that time with yourself, to go and do a bit of play. A lot of the time we're so serious and we don't have enough playtime, right? We don't have enough joy in our life. And actually joy is the antidote to pain. When we create more joy in our life, create more happiness, we automatically have less pain, because the joy floods out a lot of the pain. It doesn't get rid of all of it at all, but it has the natural feel-good chemicals, and it's very, very healthy way of kind of regulating our emotions when we bring our own joy into our life. And we need to find healthier ways of regulating our emotions, not just through, as some people have, medication. A lot of people I know who take medication, it doesn't actually solve their anxiety and depression. It's not to say you don't have to take it. I mean, I don't personally take meds for anxiety. I don't have depression in general anymore, but I get some times when I'm feeling down, because depression is very difficult. Even if you don't have like depression anymore, you can get like depressive times back again. It's like going to the gym. You have to regularly exercise your happy muscle and your self-love muscle. When you've, I had depression up till 2012, really consistently throughout my life. And then that year, my life changed for the better. But sometimes, I get a bit down, especially because I have had a very traumatic year. So, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is kind of a depressive depressive chatter talking in my head right now, and so I have to kind of remember this is like a depression talking, even though I'm not fully depressed. It's like a depressive voice in my head. And I have to recognize that and say, hang on a minute, that isn't actually who I am anymore. And I'm full of light, love, and joy. So I have to work towards like getting that sensation back. It's not always easy. Sometimes at the moment I wake up in a bit of a panic and anxious about my future because I've had to let very close friends or people who I thought were very honest people go because they turned out not to be honest. And that's a value of mine. Honesty is a value of mine that I have to have in friendships to build trust. And in any healthy relationship, you need to be able to trust a person, and if you can't trust a person anymore, then it's not healthy for you. So you have to recognize that and move on, even if you don't have a fallback plan. I have no fallback plan. And that's a very scary thing. I don't think many people could easily walk away from friendships they've had for years, realizing that that person is not who I thought they were, and having to let that go, And so it's hard. It's one of the hardest things you can do in your life. I used to think in terms of romantic relationships. Years ago, I used to think romantic relationships were like the thing, right? Like that was the most important thing, right? Then I realized no, because romantic relationships can come and go. Friendships are the most important thing. Friendships last forever. That's what I thought. And now I've realized in the last year, no, they don't always last forever either, right? The only constant, as I've heard other people say before, is yourself. So it's important that you cherish and nurture the relationship with yourself to extreme, because you want to be fostering a lot of resilience within yourself, a lot of personal understanding, a lot of self-love, a lot of compassion. You have to try and treat yourself like your bestest friend and really like be there for yourself when no one else is. And that is hard to do. Sometimes you just want connection because it's human. It's a human trait to want connection with others. It's natural. It's not a flaw. It's natural. But when you don't have that usually, that makes life a lot difficult. I'm an extrovert and I actually live a very introverted life. So that can be very difficult. So of course, I'm thinking about the new year. Like, what do I want for the new year for myself? I think I'm going to be making my own home a bit more comfortable for myself to be in. I personally don't like minimalism too much. It doesn't actually suit me. And my bedroom's like the most minimalistic I've ever had it, even though other people would argue it's not minimalistic. It's more minimalistic than I've had it before. And it's not as cozy as other places. But it means like other people would probably say you're gonna clutter your place up and it's better to declutter for your mind. But actually for me, I like having more cuddly toys around. I like having more positive affirmations around. I like having coziness, right? I don't consider having lots of things around me as clutter. I consider it as cozy. So for over a year now, I've been like decluttered in my actual main bedroom, not the second bedroom, which is basically like a storage cupboard. Boxes piled up high, but in the main bedroom. And I think I need to soften it a bit. I think I need to make it a bit more soft and squidgy, a bit more cute like me. No, you don't have to agree with that, but I'm just saying that as a self-love thing, Someone did mention cute earlier, so that kind of stuck in my mind. Thank you. They said that about me. It's very nice of you. I do appreciate it. But, I like cute, fluffy things, to be honest. And it's like, you haven't got any of cute, fluffy stuff around you, Sal. You've got too much white. So I think I'm going to have to put some more cute, fluffy stuff around me. I've been thinking about it for a while now. And it's like, yeah, I think I need to like kind of, do a bit of a bit more cute sprucing up in my place and positive affirmation stuff. I've been thinking about it for a while, and obviously I am thinking about the new year, but I'm still cherishing every moment of this time. And I think it's an important time in December because where everyone wants to rush through it actually gives us more breathing time if some places are shut, because we don't have to do so much work. We don't have to think about so many things we would usually think about, which gives us more time for reflection to think about what we want to do for the new year. So we're kind of playing full on out in December, appreciating December for what it is and carrying on the Christmas festivities, the celebrations of life in general. But we also can have this time for full on play out in our own head, as in playing out scenarios in our mind of what we might like to do for next year. But still in the present moment, like, oh, what would happen if I did this? How would I feel? What would happen if I did that? How would I feel about that? What would happen if I did that? So it's kind of like you're projecting into the future, like a possible future, or possible, in this case scenario, I'm projecting what a possible, like, more cute bedroom might look like, so not set up for me, and what a more positive setup might look like. And I'm picturing it and thinking, is that where I want to go? Would I feel better doing that? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, I'm thinking I'm just going to go for it, most likely. And I'll probably be showing you a short video in the future about that, or live or whatever. So I want us to, like, love the present moment. Definitely take up self-dating from the first week of January, if not this week, if you're not doing it this week. And also I want you to think about what you'd like to do for next year when you've got this more quiet time to reflect. I hope that makes sense, because this is a quieter time at the moment when not everything's open yet, and some places like offices are shut, some other places are shut, so it gives us more breathing time and space, which is so important, so we can live for now, appreciate being alive, appreciate our blessings, taking the rest of the celebrations, celebrate our own life. I'll be finishing posting a lot of the videos. I haven't had a chance to post them this year yet. And hello Kitty again, nice to see you. And it's very, very important that we do all these things. I'd like to know what you've got planned for the rest of December. What have you got, Hello Kitty, planned? What type of things have you got planned for the rest of December? Do you want to tell us in chat and I can read them out? What anyone else wants to have a say as well? Love to hear what you've been up to as well. What have you been up to for Christmas? What things did you get up to? Were you with family, friends, on your own? Love to know in the comments below. So I got these great pajamas, as you can see. This is like one of my favorite things I got. Oh, I should say I got some new clothes as well. You probably saw this one. I'm just putting them on the floor now by accident. This is one of my favourite items I got this year for Christmas. This Puma top. I really wanted this. It's so nice. It's like a feely one. You know when you have a feely one? Feel it's all textured. I love that. I got one that I wore yesterday. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm going off camera here. I do apologise. This one, although it's a different colour to what I usually wear. Now, I thought this was a purpley colour. Burgundy, but it looks more brown. What do you think? Do you think it looks purple or brown? I don't know if it's just the light in here. Because when I put it next to my purple dressing gown, it looks more purple. But it looks a bit more... It's supposed to be a burgundy colour. But I keep thinking it looks brown. What do you think? Love to know what you think about that. Oh, and something I really wanted that's very expensive but super high quality is this. Hugo Boss. I absolutely love this. My mum got me a Hugo Boss jacket for my birthday and I wear it like nearly all the time, especially in summer. But look at this Hugo Boss. Oh my god. This is like so nice. Such high quality Hugo Boss is. So yeah, I really, really love it so much. And I've got a Wicked journal, from the movie. I still haven't done the other second part of Wicked movie review. Yeah. I've still got that to do. It might end up being in the new year, that one. But yeah, I did go and see it before Christmas. So yeah, I feel really blessed to have some lovely Christmas gifts. And I've got a diary, an organizer, a journal. I'm a writer, I really love stuff like that. So I think it's really important to like cherish the gifts, like take them all in and absorb all that, loving gift giving energy, and appreciate, those types of things as well. So this is what I mean by playing full on out in December, appreciating our life that we've still got, taking time to savor these last days of the year, taking time to have a plan for self-dating, or actually start self-dating, but at least have the plan to start the first week in January. Take time to reflect on what we do want going forward in the new year, because obviously a lot of places are closed, so it gives us some more mental breathing space. Feeling thankful for the gifts we had, the people that are still in our life, and enjoying still going and doing any festivities and things like that. So let's just carry on playing full on out. Don't sweep December away. Keep December firmly here and keep enjoying these beautiful last days of Christmas time. It's all to play for, it's all to stay energized for, and it's all to enjoy and love. I want to appreciate I want to say that I appreciate every single one of you being here. Thank you for all the thumbs up. If you want to give this video a thumbs up, I do appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. Thank you for all the loving comments I've got recently and all the happy Christmases. I appreciate every single one of them. I love being here for you. Thank you so much for everyone who's been in chat today. We had the Oohs and then family. Laura, Loan, I think that's how you pronounce your name, we had earlier. Nature Fan, Hello Kitty, we had your uncle, 80 we had, Carla Dent we had, and Hello Kitty again. So thanks to everyone who's been in chat. I know there's probably more of you that I didn't actually get to thank for watching, but here I am saying thank you. Thanks for showing up, thanks for being here, and I really appreciate you, and thanks for all the love and support. You don't understand how much it means to me. It just means the world to me. I feel really connected to you here, and I thank you greatly. Lots of love. Keep enjoying December and Christmas time, and happy Acemas, happy Christmas still, and I love you dearly. Take care, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos, entertainment, education, lifestyle and information. It's all here on Asexualise, my Asexual Life. I'm Sandra Bellamy, and I'll see you soon in the next video live stream. Take care. Bye.